What's going on, guys? Dr. P here, back with another video. Thank you so much for tuning back in. So I got my Fortnite debut, if you will, on YouTube, started back in 2018 during Season 2, which is the season that OG is currently on right now. I was showcasing a lot of glitches and various spots around the map that could help you get an advantage one way or the other. These videos got millions upon millions of views, so they were very popular and the spots got very widely used. Now, the game has evolved a lot since then, but the question remains, will these glitches still work in the 2025 version of Chapter 1 Season 2? If you want to see more content like this, please be sure to subscribe and drop a like. I would really appreciate that. So this first spot is at Tilted Towers, which is brand new for this season. It's under the courts area. All you have to do is go to the bathroom here and just simply carve out this wall, then go to the corner of this staircase right here, and you can see directly through it. You can see all the way through it. What I like to do is I like to get it down to 25 health or 15, basically get it one shot, and then you can sit there and have full vision the way it's intended, and then at the last second when someone's running up to you or you're about to get into a fight, simply shoot it down and start fighting that way. You'll totally surprise the enemy. We have another spot at Tilted that was big in 2018. This spot is actually under the bridge. It was a spot where you could build up to and basically jump into this spot and then see everybody through the corner, but then you could also shoot them through the floor. It was crazy. You could literally just get a ton of kills this way, and I remember this being a big problem. So you can't actually get up there the same way as you could back then. Looking at the gameplay from 2018, you were able to just jump straight through into this little crevice really easily. Well, I had to really fight and claw to actually end up in that spot, and even when I did, of course, you already knew this was not going to be left in the game. They're not going to leave this big of an issue in the game, so I kind of expected this one to not work, but I had to try. In 2018, you could go up to the roof of the Durr Burger at Gracie Grove, and if you got into a specific corner, you could see through and see everybody out there. And this is a similar situation to that stair spot there at Tilted Towers, where you can just simply get this to 25 health or get it one shot, and then just keep looking in that direction until you see some people coming to you, and then unload. You don't need the cover at that point anymore. You've already got the element of surprise on your side. So yeah, this still works, and this is definitely something good to have in your bag. So if you're ever nearby and you find the need to do this, you can just seamlessly go into the spot. Back in the day, there was an area at Loot Lake where you could basically become totally invisible if you were wearing the right skins and doing the right things, wielding the right weapons. You could just go into the lake and look straight down. You would be totally invisible, at least from the naked eye for the most part, especially at any distance. Now, the reason this was possible is because the lake was uneven. There was a bit of the lake that was clearly above the rest of the lake, and it was at the very edge. And as you can see in the 2025 version of this season, the lake is not designed that way. It doesn't have that giant glitch spot, I guess you would call it, right there where it's lifted. So you can't really do it in the same way, but if you were wearing the right skin, I guess you could kind of make an effort to hide, but the major difference here with 2025 versus 2018 is that the water gives you this ripple effect now, and it did not do that back then. So even if you were covered up, the ripple effect would expose you a lot more than it would have in 2018. There was a spot at this specific tree near Flush Factory where you could just kind of blend into the tree, become one with the tree. I believe in 2018 I said become one with nature or something like that. Be one with nature. Be one with the tree and actually just get all the way inside the stump here. So regardless, it was pretty easy. All you had to do was just kind of crouch into the tree, but as you can see, they've clearly updated that, so this is no longer possible. There was another tree that was basically doing the exact same thing that was in Moisty Mire, and this one was huge and you could get totally under it. So the same tree nowadays, this does kind of work, but not in the same way. So as you can see, the actual area of the tree that you would hide under is a lot smaller, but you can still get in it, like you can kind of merge into it, and if you're doing the right emotes, you can get totally unseen. Like for example, I got this like warrior or champion emote that for a split second, I'm totally inside of that tree. So if you were able to time that up right, just perfectly, of course, yeah, that emote would then, I guess, become pay to win or whatever that term is. But I bet there are emotes that are even better that would let you stay in the tree like this. You can also kind of get into this other side of the tree. It's not quite as good, I don't think, but Nonetheless, this is kind of a maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It depends on the situation. If you're playing against really good enemies, it's probably not going to catch them off guard. It probably would make someone hesitate just a little bit if you're wearing the right skin. Like, for example, I was wearing Groot here. Groot is literally a tree, so I thought it would do a pretty good job of blending in, and it did. But like I said, it doesn't totally work out the way it did in 2018, but it can still be beneficial if you're doing the right things and you find yourself fighting at Moisty Mire. Do you remember any of these spots? Be sure to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Honestly, I thought none of these would still be available in the game. Like, I thought these would all be fixed. I'm surprised that some of them are still around. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.